Hello guys, I'm Reboot. Today I'm going to teach you how to make your Windows 8 or Windows 8.1 to support the UEFI and BIOS boot on the MBR disk. There's something you have to know. First, the GPT is not necessary for UEFI boot. UEFI does not support NTFS natively, so FAT32 is required. And then one last thing is 32-bit of Windows 8 and Windows 8.1 actually does support the UEFI boot, but your motherboard might not support the 32-bit, so it might not work on your PC. In this case, I'm using the VMware, so it does have the 32-bit UEFI module, so it will work. If you are not sure, it's better to try it on the 64-bit OS. Okay, in this video, I will use the method where external boot device will not be required. So you don't need any extra flash drive or any other CD-ROM. No, it's not required, because I will use a method that you don't need it at all. Okay, now let's see. The tricky part is we need to make the format of the boot partition to be FAT32. The question is, by default, Windows format our disk as two partitions. One partition is the boot partition, which is typically to be 100 MB or 350 MB. The other one is our main OS, which is the drive C. Okay, so UEFI does not support the NTFS. We need to make it as FAT32. So now the problem is how to delete it, since Windows does not allow us to do. The solution is use our main OS drive as boot partition for temporary, and then we will make it back. I mean, we need to make the Windows not rely on the small boot partition first. Okay, so let's start. This is the system reserve. This is the C drive. We don't want this to be the system and activate, so we make this mark the partition as active. Then we need to make sure the boot file is located here. So we need a elevated command prompt, and then we type this. Now reboot the PC. Okay, now we open back the disk management. Now you shall see this where you don't need the window don't need the partition anymore. It don't need this anymore, so we can format it. Choose FAT32 for the file system, and then maybe we type a shorter name, boot. Okay. Now we add a drive letter. It should be like this. The next step is to start a command prompt as administrator. This time we use the bcdboot to help us install back the boot file into this partition. But this time it's different. We need to use this all, because by doing this it will support both BIOS and UEFI boot. Okay, now we set this at active, and then we close it. Now we restart the PC. Okay, as you can see, now the BIOS boot is still working properly. So this means the BIOS part is done. The BIOS boot is work on 32 on the FAT32 partition as well, which means we don't need to worry about the BIOS boot now. We can check the MS Inform 32 to find out if we are using the legacy mode. Yes, we are. Now let's shut down the PC. And then I will change it to the EFI mode. Boot with EFI instead of the BIOS. Well, I don't know why, but the VMware seems to be slower with the UEFI. Maybe because more emulation is required. I'm not sure about this. Well, in my real machine, it's different. UEFI is faster a bit. Okay, now let's check MS Inform 32. You see, the BIOS mode is UEFI, and then we are not even using the GPT. We don't even need the GPT. Well, it's not mentioning the GPT is useless, but if you doesn't have a very big disk, you don't need to put a lot of effort to make it as GPT if you did not choose the GPT at first. Since MBR has a more better compatibility, right? So that is it. We have the MBR, we have the UEFI. So that's all. Thanks for watching.